Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Welcome to our website. We got loads of news and gossip for you today. But first, here's a new song.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe and a beautiful, what the hell day is it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, is it?
It's a Wednesday.
Monday threw me off track. I got to tell you, we got some show lined up for you today. I want you to get...
And he's laughing already.
I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen.
And turn the volume up really loud.
And turn the volume way up. We have in studio, now this is the first. This is an exclusive brought to you by New York Sound. Not us, him. New York Sound. We have the singing realtor. Now check this out. If you call, what's the number here?
888-994-4995, Studio A.
If you call that number and you list your house, this gentleman, along with Amp Media and the Brooklyn Cafe and New York Sound, we will host liquor and party atmosphere, DJ equipment, the whole thing at your sell-off party at your house. All you gotta do is list your house with the singing realtor. Kind of cool. So let's flip over to 2 so that we can talk to my man here, Steve-O from New York Sound, who brought us this nugget of information. As you can tell, I'm on a hole. Nugget of information. And we have a gentleman in here who's going to be a good sport. If he clears his throat one more time, I'm throwing him the hell out of here.
He's been singing all morning.
He's been coughing up a phlegm ball for about 3 minutes. Let's go to Steve on 2. But the object of this game is that yesterday we were talking about bringing in different elements to every show. You know, who wants to watch me and her talk for 2 hours for 10 years? It's ridiculous.
Well, this is definitely different. Hello, everyone. Your boy, Steve-O, New York Sounds. We do have something very different today there, Freddie. A little nugget of information.
Well, he's a whole lot of nugget, but okay.
Yes. He works for Exit Realty over in Lake Worth. You know him from New York Sounds as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and get ready for Mr. Michael Pitti.
Michael Pitti in the house.
Michael, stand on up.
Dan, you going to adjust the camera, or is he going to do the sitting down?
We're going to find out a little bit about
Let's hear him
Michael.
sing first.
You want to hear him sing?
Yeah, let's hear him sing first.
All right, so let's
go right to it.
Stand up so we could adjust the camera.
Should I put this one down?
So he's
Yes.
the singing realtor, and he's with what real estate
He's
company?
with Exit Realty
Exit Realty.
in Lake Worth.
Now, how many people do you know? Now, in the day when I was working for real estate, a.k.a. my mortgage company, I used to do crazy things like this. I didn't sing, but I used to bring in friends that did magic shows, and I used to rent the back. Well,
Oh, and he's got the effects on, Dan.
Dan, you know the effects are on?
No, he doesn't. It would be why you hear him.
So this gentleman, if you list your house, if you call up right now and you list your house, you're going to have a going away party at your house, courtesy of 3 companies, more or less.
More like a housewarming party.
Teddy.
Okay, you're making it worse. You're making it worse. So, okay.
All right.
So we're
still
going to
there,
give you a
though.
little sample.
He never told him how to turn off the effects.
That's okay. You go walk through. Don't worry about it. This is
gentleman
all,
needs
and
no
this is
effects, ladies and
unrehearsed. Or
So
unrehearsed.
did you know he's the singing realtor?
I made that up.
Oh, you did? You didn't know he sang?
Wow.
Made it up 5 minutes ago.
I made it
But
like
did you know he sang?
No, he was sitting there. I got to tell you, in the day, Steve, correct me if I'm wrong. We used to go on the corner with a bottle of booze and we used to sing.
Right.
We couldn't sing to save our life. So he sat there, made him a drink. He started singing. He says, and I said, boy, you can sing.
And he cues up another one.
And he cues up.
The effects of alcohol.
But all of a sudden, he started singing all of the. Now, his music is when I was growing up. That's the difference. You know, I don't do this Julio Iglesias stuff
The back in the day kind of music?
back in the day. And he was singing and that. So I said to him, are you a karaoke singer? He says, I could do that too.
Every
So-
time we go karaoke, he takes over the stage.
He takes over, right? And that's
I'm
it.
actually very shy.
Yes, I see that.
Let's take off the echoes.
She's trying.
Nah, leave the echo on.
I'm like I'm at the baseball stadium. Al
Huh?
batting, the center fielder, number 21.
Well, while he's there, what's going on with real estate?
Yes.
The market is still crazy, as you know.
Yep.
Most listings are gone within the first couple of days. We're still in an inventory situation where there is very little of, which is why I have
It's the box on the
been
left.
this chosen nugget to sing for your closing if we do a listing here. We're trying to get more inventory, so.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got $1,000 bet that one person will call. Going.
I got to ask you a question though. Does it matter if you're the listing agent? Can you still sell a house if it's listed with somebody else?
Absolutely.
So it
So
does.
as a buyer's agent, we're viewing and looking at other listing agents' homes that are listed with them. I don't have to just sell homes
Check your
that I
phone.
list.
And it doesn't matter the condition of the house. We will keep our end of the bargain. I mean, think about this. How many singing realtors do you know?
Didn't you used to do that? You would have
Yes,
big parties?
but that was in the day.
But that was different if you
Yes.
weren't a realtor.
I used to, the buyer got a party in the back of my house. It was 1,800 square feet, and there was a big party going on and singers. I was just telling the guys, I used to do this, and people knew me. I never had to solicit for a house in my life. They just brought them to me because everybody wanted this party and taking pictures. And but maybe we started a trend.
There you go. Well, fortunately, as I said, I've been a licensed agent for almost 7 years now. And, I'm fairly busy. Being new to Florida, it's trying to get my name back out there. I'm licensed in Pennsylvania as well as Florida. And, with the inventory situation, listen, we'll do what we can to get people more to sell their house more. This market is hot. People are getting top dollar and above top dollar for their homes. So, why not take a shot at it? If you have a place to go, or you want to find a house to buy, let's buy one, and then we can sell your house. If we want to list your house, and then you want to rent for a little while, we could do that too. If you want to buy and then go stay at a hotel for a week, and we find your house, we could do that too.
I was
that's a
telling,
good
I was-
idea.
Either way, buying a house, they say, is the third most stressful thing in someone's life. Me, I like to make it fun. I like to make it a little less stressful.
well, getting top dollar takes away some of the stress.
Okay, agreed.
I think that the formula has to be reversed now. You got to find a place to stay, and then you talk about selling the house, and the negotiations will begin. Is it still the same way where people come in at asking, you're not going to offer less, not in this market, and then there's a bidding war between people that really want it?
So yes, most listing agents are, if they have multiple offers on a property, they will basically say, okay, we have multiple offers. By Thursday, let's just say, I need everybody's highest and best. And that basically sparks the bidding war, so to speak. I mean, no one will ever disclose what someone else has actually offered. So you got to put your best foot forward and give it your all.
It's like no cheating in school. It's got to go for it.
Well, there's another part to this thing. I don't know if you do it or the mortgage lender, because down here they use a whole different system, but you want to make sure that the bids are legit, yes?
Correct.
Because sometimes the guy bidding the most money isn't clear path to a mortgage if you're doing mortgage.
Correct.
So do you do that before the bidding finishes?
So when you have an offer that you're going to entertain, or you're thinking about entertaining, you, as a listing agent, it's in your best interest to do your own due diligence on that buyer by contacting the mortgage company and discussing the qualifications and how qualified this buyer actually is. The mortgage guy can only disclose so much based on, obviously, Privacy Act. However, it's something that you would want to do to make sure, and you would hope someone would be extremely honest with you. Not to mention the structure of the deal. How much money are they putting down? What type of loan? What's the loan to value? Is it 5% down? Is it 20% down? Keep in mind that the highest offer isn't always the best offer. You may have somebody come in $10,000 less, but it's a cash deal and close in 2 weeks, versus someone that's $10,000 higher and you got to wait 30 days, and it's an FHA deal, and they're only putting 3.5% down. They got to borrow money from their parents, which is not a bad thing. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. But as far as sellers, they're feeling more comfortable knowing that, in this case, cash is king in a sense, so to speak, is that you can close it a lot quicker. There's less due diligence. There's less work that has to be done on the side for the title company as well. So we can just basically bang it out that way.
How much are you supposed to put down on a house?
There are loans out there that can go down as low as 3%.
That's
And that's on the
FHA.
conventional side. FHA will do 3.5%. But your rate, when they talk about ratios, your back-end ratio, what that is it's basically your monthly expenses, including your new housing expense, divided by your monthly income. So if you're above a certain threshold based on whether it's FHA or conventional, that would make you would let you know if you qualify or not. So, but what you should do, I mean, there's no rule of thumb. Back in the day, we all knew you got to come up with 20%. That's the only way to do it.
That's the conventional part. I did a lot of FHA, but
It's a lot of money.
but I had a long list of properties in New York, and
Yep.
I used to pre-qualify people and give them a certified letter that every 30 days we had to upgrade. So my closings were fast because the bank already was saying, "Here's the money, go find the house."
Yep.
I think that's all changed now, though, no?
Yes, you can now, most pre-qualifications are good for 4 months because you don't want to keep pulling credit every month. So the lenders will allow you to use the credit report up to 120 days. So if you're going to go over that 120 days, then they'll have to repull during then. But
I got a question. Credit Karma, which is an app,
yep,
did they ding your credit report when you see it on Credit Karma? It can't be used for the bank, I know that.
correct.
But you can use it to see?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure because I don't think anybody on this planet actually understands how credit works. But Credit Karma, I don't think that they actually do a big ding. It's mostly what they call a soft pull
Yeah.
to give you a general idea. But a Credit Karma credit report is not going to be used for a mortgage. The banks look at certain different criteria when they're pulling an actual real tri-merge.
Yep, I try merge stuff. I used to do all that crap.
I see that.
I had fun doing it.
I did too. I was a licensed mortgage broker down here in Florida.
It was fun because I used to tell people it's going to take you 6 months to get ready to buy a house, and people were disappointed. I says, now I'm telling you the truth, or you can go to Dingbat over here and never get a house. And they used to go to Dingbat and come back.
Correct.
And it took 6 months because you had to clean the credit.
And
But
then you
there's
also
so
went,
many.
and then you went to Dingbat, and you also may have gotten into a program that you shouldn't have been in, and then you wind up defaulting on your mortgage and lose your house anyway.
That's right. That's
So
right.
many realtors, so you got to find your niche, which takes us back to the singing realtor.
Yes, the singing realtor. Now, this is an idea that his main man, Steve-O, came up with because everybody's looking for a niche. So, again, what's the phone number?
888-994-4995.
Studio A. If you call up and give us your name, and he'll sing a song, we're going to give you a little taste of what you can expect from the singing realtor. All right, let's start it
Let's
up.
do
I don't
this.
even know.
We're gonna ISO
I don't
on
even
him?
know. There's ISO on 3. I don't even know what the hell we're singing. What do we do?
I have
first?
no idea what I'm singing
Blue
either. Just
Moon.
press play.
Blue Moon.
Blue
Okay.
Moon? All right, let's try it. ISO on 3.
I hope I'm in tune. Crank it up. We should be all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the singing realtor, Mike Pitty from Exit Realty. Are you ready? I'm very shy. Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really did care for. Wah, 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 wah. And then there suddenly appeared before me the only one my arms will ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Whoa, blue moon. Now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Oh, 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 oh. Voice crack. Oh, 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 oh. Blue moon.
I swear to God, it ain't easy being him.
You want to go to commercial break?
Let's go to commercial
Go to
break.
commercial break. When we come back, more with our ski realtor. We got Steve-O in the house and a few sets put together by our crew. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Do you need a strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open.
So you've been hearing all the exciting buzz and chatter about this new game changer in the pickup and delivery and rideshare space. And now you want to know more. Well, forget everything you knew about the tired old delivery and rideshare services that bully restaurants, take advantage of drivers, and confuse consumers into spending way more than they should. Welcome to a new delivery and rideshare company, Trip Delivers and Trip Rides, where we put you first. When you sign up as a driver with Trip Delivers and Trip Rides, we onboard you with your own credit card merchant account. That's right, with Trip, you're in the driver's seat as an owner-operator of your own business, and you'll always earn 100% of the delivery fee, rideshare fee, cancellation fee, wait time, and tip. And therefore, we charge a low monthly fee to use the Trip platform. For only $39.99 per month, you can sign up as a side hustle driver, allowing you up to 75 rides, 75 deliveries, or 75 of both combined per month. Welcome to a new delivery and rideshare company, where drivers earn more, consumers and riders pay less, and restaurants are charged less. Trip Rides. Going places, doing good.
And on this day in history, in 1989, Dead Poets Society makes its theatrical debut, which it would later on receive an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. Back to the show.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Everybody's writing in that you're pretty good. You're not, you're not Frank Sinatra, but it's not bad. You
Michelle
hold it too.
Spears, that was awesome.
Awesome.
Trev
What's that?
says it looks like you're part of the Rat Pack.
Yeah,
Trev, where is Trev, by the way?
Trev's in Tennessee.
Oh.
He's part of your Rat Pack?
Yeah, Trev's old school with us.
He's like the Sammy Davis Jr. one. He's the junior guy.
But I'm bummed.
I'm here till
was
Thursday.
good.
Try the veal. You like that?
That was good. Listen, I want to get to Steve, because Steve has to leave. He has to let his cleaning woman into the house.
Trev was
I
just
wanna
visiting,
get to-
actually.
I want to get to Steve, because how is New York Sound doing? How's the DJ
New York
business?
Sounds, thank God, is picking up immensely. People are done staying inside. Weddings are starting to book again. The phones are ringing, so that's always a big plus. So
That's interesting to hear.
Feels
that
good
people,
to start networking again and
Oh my
getting out.
gosh.
people are getting married again. The
I don't know
fight
if that's good, but
is over. Every defense attorney, every lawyer in the world is going to have work in the next 6 months.
it's the networking that people have missed out on
Yeah.
so much.
Matter of fact, tomorrow night, it's tomorrow Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, from 5 to 7, the Hyatt in Delray Beach. If you two have nothing to do, I can get you some tickets.
What is
It's a
it?
huge networking event down in Delray. It's like a welcome back networking event.
Wow.
We'll be there, and a lot of people we know and stuff.
Nice, because I said to you the other day, the virtual networking didn't work
Not
so
the
well.
same.
Not the same.
Not the same, and now everyone's done with that. And you realize business needs to grow with networking, and it's just the momentum and the flow and moving of energies. You got to get back out and see people. You got to meet people.
It's funny. I was going to ask you, you hire DJs to assist you in your empire?
Correct.
Have you had a hard time bringing kids back to work?
Honestly, the employees that I've had for many, many years. I haven't really brought any new employees on in a very long time. But I am looking. I'm looking for that young guy who wants to be the front man of New York Sounds as the older man takes a few steps back. So if you're in your
You're taking some
mid-20s,
steps back?
early 30s, well, not take a few steps back, but be more behind the scenes and start doing more production
Okay.
and stuff like that instead of always performing. I am looking. So the word is out there.
And it ain't easy being Steve-O. He has a whole bunch of stuff going on at home and everything else. So it's smart if you can build by taking one step back and then 10 steps forward and you have more people do the empire. I mean, nobody's Steve-O, which is why people want you all the
Right.
time. right?
Yep.
But it's interesting. Now, are you DJing with him as well?
Yeah, every once in a while I come out of retirement and I'll spin up there, and still rock the house. But like you said, there's not everyone is Steve-O. I'm doing it just as long as he is. And I was about to comment when you asked about is it a hard time getting people to come back. I think that all his employees and DJs are happy to come back because that means they're going to start performing, start making more money again, and so on and so forth. And a lot of us have missed it. Yes, I'm a realtor by day, but I love being a DJ.
I mean,
And
we
I've been
missed it.
s-
We were
I've been-
going live just from our garages with our with my
I remember.
tank top on.
Yeah.
You were the angry DJ with
I
a
gotta
T-shirt.
Right. Think about what this year has been.
It's been ridiculous.
I know.
We've been trying to keep things together, trying to grow and go, and now the other side of midnight is that apparently people. We got a call from
Trev's
Trevor.
on the line.
Trevor
got a
is
call
on the
from
line.
Trevor.
Don't.
Guess
I don't know
what
if you
Trevor
should,
threw?
I don't know if you should answer it.
Hello.
Go for it.
Hello.
Try again.
Hello.
We hear you guys, but we don't hear him.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, well, I think you heard him. Hello?
Hello.
How are you, Trevor?
Good. How you doing?
Girl, you know these guys, huh?
You there?
Yes, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. You know these guys?
I do. I've known them for many years.
Are you in the music business also?
I am. I have a DJ company. I used to be down in Florida, and I'm actually up in Tennessee now,
What's it like in
in
Tennessee?
the Smoky Mountains.
Oh, it's beautiful.
You go smoking. in the mountains.
Yeah, very mountainous.
Very mountainous.
Lot,
You can tell he's hung out
lots
with these
of
guys.
mountains and hillbillies. Mountains and hillbillies. You guys would fit right in.
And you're from where? Is he from New York?
I'm from Florida.
You're from Florida, so.
I'm from I was in New Jersey when I was younger. New Jersey and New York when I was a kid. That's why I don't sound like I'm from Florida.
Mountains and hillbillies.
You don't sound like you're from New York either.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
So what's
Jersey,
one
yeah,
of your-
Jersey.
Jersey.
You have a great story about these guys?
Oh, God.
Yeah, but most of them are not acceptable on air, though.
Nice.
Yes, exactly what
They
That
know
says
that.
it all, Trey. That says it all.
No, but I can
business?
tell you this. I know that I know Mike is on there, pushing the real estate stuff as well. And I don't think you could ever meet a guy that's going to put more effort and time into his work ever. He's going to go the extra mile for anyone that uses him, for sure. And both in the entertainment field and the mortgage field, both Steve and Mike, as a matter of fact.
That's nice.
It's a good combo.
Thank you,
Nice,
sir.
nice
Thanks,
words.
bud, but not mortgage real estate. But I appreciate that, bud. Thank you.
Hey, listen. You take the.
That's what I
compliment
mean.
away
You know
from
what I mean? Mortgage real estate. That's what I mean.
No, don't. He had a drink, so he's on Sky 9. Now listen, we're
Yeah,
crunch-
moonshine.
What? Yeah, moonshine. That's where we gotta go.
Maybe
see
in
him.
Tennessee they have that.
Tennessee. Listen, we're crunched for time, Tracer. I want him to do one more song before he leaves, because Steve-O's got to go let the house cleaner into the house. He doesn't give her a key after 10 years of cleaning his house. But let's cue up one more so we can hear this. This is the singing realtor.
Singing realtor.
Why?
All right, we'll
Oh.
still keep talking to him.
There you
Thanks,
go.
Trav.
Just mute it and hit the commercial. Just mute it though.
Well, we have to really talk more about the real estate. How people contact Mike.
Yeah, how do they? What do you?
Mike, how do they contact
How do
you?
they contact you, and what's the best way to start to get into this whole
Sit in the
buying,
chair.
selling situation?
And talking to Mike until he cues you
So,
up.
I mean, I'm happy to answer any questions anytime someone wants to call me. My phone number is 561-644-9012. They can they can email me, as you can see it on the screen. It's my first initial, my last name, MPITTI, homes@gmail.com, or they can just go to michaelpittyhomes.com.
You can also do a walkthrough, right, as a consultation. Let's say somebody wants to sell their house and they want to get top dollar like everybody else.
Yep.
Curb appeal begins from the curb. Take it in. Certain changes. In the day, everything was painted white. I heard that's not the case anymore.
The neutral colors about 10 years ago were beige, and they switched over to grays now. So gray is the new colors in right now. And who knows? By next year, they may be changing to another. That's going to be the new color.
And then I was told it really doesn't matter. People want the
in
houses
this
so
market-
bad, just as is. Don't even fix your house up. They just
Yeah.
take it as is.
In this market, it's
Turn the sound
who
down,
knows?
hit play, and then cue it up.
But you always do want to make your house
You did
have
it?
that curb appeal, even in this market. You
got it?
still want it to be warm and inviting. Doing a personalized consultation and coming to do a walkthrough or a listing appointment to actually
ready?
explain to you, what you can do to make it look more appealing. Like you said, curb appeal. Maybe add an extra bag of mulch over here because it's starting to fade.
Mulch?
Maybe,
Or mulch?
mulch, not mulch.
Mulch, not mouse.
Stuff like that. Or,
The mulch,
or even
the
simply
bag of
just,
mulch.
Paint. Trev knows what a mulch is.
Trev
So
knows what
even
mulch
paint.
is.
The
Even
bag of
painting-
mulch.
Even painting certain things. Again, this market seems to be crazy enough that people don't care, but what the same token is? If you want to try and get the most you can possibly get out, you still want to make your home look as inviting and presentable as possible.
Well, Northerners, because they're invading Florida, they had it up north with the
Yep.
virus and the this and the that. Northerners, when I first came down here, price wasn't the object. And most of us don't know the keys from West Palm Beach. As long as the neighborhood looks good, and this thing about the schools and all that, right out the window, even though the wife is doing it in the ear, they just want to get a good value, good house, and they're coming down with a lot of cash, big deposits and everything else. So if you're looking to make a deal and you need some help on listing, or maybe you weren't even thinking about selling your house, now is a good opportunity, and you can have the senior realtor come to your house and let him tell you the finishing touches, and here we go.
Reduce the stress.
Absolutely.
All right, we got another one queued
Are
up.
we
You got
gonna
it
do- Are we gonna
queued?
do this?
Come on, sing us out.
I'm so glad I came here to.
I'm so
I
glad
came
you
here.
came
Next thing
here.
you know, I get thrown into this. I love it. I'm having fun.
Shrek.
Yeah, I'm here.
I love it.
Meant for someone else, but not for me. Love was out to get me. That's the way it seemed. Disappointed, haunted all my dreams. Everybody! And I
saw her face.
I can't hear you.
And I'm a believer.
Believer,
Now I'm a believer.
not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love, ooh, I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Only a given thing. The more I gave, the less I got, oh yeah. Here we go. What's the use in trying when all you get is pain? When I wanted sunshine, I got rain. And I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love, ooh, I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. We are gonna pause for an instrumental break. What's the use in trying when all you get is pain? When I wanted sunshine, I got rain. And I saw her face. I can't hear you. Now I'm a believer.
No, I'm a believer.
Not a trace, Bianca, of doubt in my mind. I'm in love, ooh. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. And I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a believer. Then I saw her face. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Thank you very much. Like I told you before, I'm very shy.
A great sport. Listen, he's good. He's a good sport. Again, the Singing Realtor. What's the number?
561-644-9012.
Ask for the Singing Realtor. List your house to demand, and we promise to have a party at your house. Steve, on New York Sound, what's the number?
561-503-6570.
Sounds like fun. You actually make selling a house could be fun.
It'll be the best housewarming party you'll ever have.
That's the way you got to go. You got to have a niche. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, you guys can come whenever you want. I would do this. Remember when we used to sing, we used to do the show, and used to play a little Name That Tune?
Yeah.
We got to
should
do
set
more
that
of
up.
that.
Remember, he'd come with all his equipment.
Oh, really?
Oh my
Now all
gosh.
you need is a little, yeah, but he looked at professional.
He always looks
And
professional.
he's always getting phone calls.
Weddings are back on the market, you guys. So contact Steve-O. Wedding parties, divorce parties, bar mitzvahs,
Anything in between.
any kind of party you want
The
to have.
divorce parties are going nuts now.
Yes, they are.
Because of the pandemic.
Gone through the roof.
People are done.
I actually was talking to a divorce attorney the other day, and he's like, my practice is going through the roof. People that tried to live with each other before the pandemic and just dealt with it, no more. He
Dawn.
said, forget it.
Dawn,
So
give him
I
my-
should
give
pair
him-
you up with one.
Give him my number. When people get divorced, now they each got to buy a house.
That's true that.
True that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Trying to think
Two
outside
for
the
the
box.
price of one. And they may have to sell it for the money, you know, the agreement.
Exactly, and then I can sing a song at the end.
No, we have to do the party.
All right, listen, I'll do what I
Is
can.
Trev still on the
Is
line?
Trev still on the line?
Still on the line.
Well, anytime you call from Tennessee, you got to keep them on the line.
Awesome. You guys are hilarious. Let's take a commercial break.
Yes.
And
Thanks a lot, fellas.
Thanks so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you,
Trev,
Trev.
thank you. Singing
Thank you,
Realtor
guys.
And Steve-O of New York Sound. Stay tuned. Gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Hold on, he says.
When your property suffers from water, mold, fire, or biohazard. You need a professional remediation company that is fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Rescue Clean 911 offer 24/7 emergency service with 1-hour response times now in your area. Water, mold, fire, biohazard. Call now 1-833-253-2699.
Handling the hard jobs with a soft touch.
Looking for a cool, laid-back space with great people and even better drinks? You can't lose. The Artful Dodger, Boca Raton's hidden gem. A good, old-fashioned local bar is hard to come by, but not anymore. The Artful Dodger is a fun, casual place to sit back and relax. Located at 495 Northeast 20th Street in Boca Raton, you'll find your new favorite bar. The Artful Dodger. We'll see you there.
Hi, I'm Tracy McDonough, owner and founder of Healing Moments. Healing Moments is a healing playroom, a mind, body, spirit center. Our service is love and compassion, and the environment is soothing, peaceful, and inviting. Every area is designed for healing and peace. We deliver services such as massage therapy or lymphatic drainage, energy healing and Reiki, chakra balancing, physical vascular therapy for circulation and pain, vibrational medicine using frequencies and oils, and music in order to calm and relax your mind, body, and spirit. We also offer detoxification services using infrared sauna, ionic foot baths, and power plates. All of our modalities are designed to reduce stress, anxiety, induce relaxation, relieve pain, and provide detoxification and inflammation reduction for optimal healing and wellness.
Hello, Brooklyn Cafe viewers. My name is Dan, and I got to switch my hat real quick here because I got a special piece of today in history. It's backwards. Okay. There we go. Why would I wear a hat like this today? Because 68 years ago today, Queen Elizabeth II was coronated at the ripe age of 27. That's a lot of pressure to take on. She was in Kenya when her father passed away, and shortly after, she took over the helm and has now been the figurehead of the monarchy since. Back to you.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
Also, did you know this day in history, 125 years ago, the founding of radio?
Did it? I didn't know it was lost.
They founded the radio waves that they could get sound. The higher the antenna, the more grounding there is, the further radio waves would travel.
Did you know that?
I did. I actually was reading it. It's called Marconi's Law. And
Macaroni's Law?
Not Marconi, Marconi.
Oh, Marconi.
Marconi's Law. Good news in history. I'm really looking for the good news around town because the other stuff is like, ugh.
I'm surprised you find any of it.
It's called the Good News Network. I actually seek it out.
Now I wanted to ask Dan, what was the difference of changing the hat?
The difference?
Yeah.
You've never seen the Queen's hat collection?
Oh, you're right. Yes.
Her fascinator.
Her fascinators.
I want to wear a fascinator.
You should. You could be the queen.
I also think it's coming up at the anniversary of 40 years that Princess Diana passed away. Can you even believe it's been 40 years?
I heard there's a new conspiracy about that,
A new conspiracy about what?
about Prince Diana.
Yeah.
About that she was lured into doing that interview. She didn't have to. And none of the stuff that happened would have happened.
Really?
She was lied to, is what I heard. I don't know if it's true. I don't follow that too much.
We will never know, but lots of history happened, and that was a fun set that we did. Thank you, Dan. Thanks, Bianca, for letting him borrow your hat. I think Bianca has a whole segment she wants to do also.
You bring my hat back?
I mean, it's on its way.
It's on its way? Wait, you
It's
mailed
heavy?
it? You mailed it somewhere?
It's walking.
He says, I can't use your hat, Freddie. It's too big. Need it
Technical
help?
difficulties? No, his mic's not on.
No,
I
okay,
mean,
so.
we have a new term for you. It's called slickitis.
Oh.
Oh, Lord.
Is that contagious?
It seems to be, apparently. It seems to be when you hang out with Slick too long, you're kind of in the Slick zone. Meanwhile, it's 1 o'clock, and Riley and Jay Harmon have been in that room for 2 hours.
I was going to ask you,
Two and a
who's in
half.
Studio B?
Riley and Jay, 2.5 hours they've been in there.
Wow.
They have
That
not
could
come
be,
out.
That could be dangerous.
It could be hot, too.
There could be something going on in there.
What could be going on in there?
They're lost.
I don't know. We got to get Bianca out here and find out what segment she did. Do you know what she wrote her segment on? Bianca, come on out.
Yeah, she's got some history for us. Bianca.
Come on out, Queen Bee. She also did her show, so let's see what show she talked about. Vinny's been teaching board.
Bianca is,
Queen Bee, you got to tell us about your show.
that you did today.
I didn't like my show today.
Why?
I did not like it. I did not think it came out. It's that it's not as fun when you're just by yourself. I don't think it's like that exciting. So I mean, like the stories were fun, but it was just kind of like whatever. I liked it when I had like Riley or when I had like Slick there because it was like kind of a conversation because we both had two different perspectives. So I definitely will have to bring on someone next time because I was gonna bring Riley, but he wasn't here at the time.
What'd you talk about?
So let me think. It was one about this girl who was like, I'm ugly, and I never think I'm gonna find love. So we were talking about how she's like, I'm like 24, I've gotten cheated on multiple times, and both of the girls are always a lot prettier than me. I've already accepted that I'm never gonna find a boyfriend, I'm never gonna fall in love because I'm so ugly. And I was like, well, confidence makes you much better looking. So if you're confident, then like immediately other people will like think you're better looking. So I was like, you gotta work on yourself first. And plus there are millions of beautiful women who are horribly, horribly ugly because of their personalities. So just like be aware that like it's not always just like a physical appearance. We're also talking about how some like, let me think, what else did we talk about?
So how do you develop confidence if you don't have confidence?
I mean, I always think about, like, I always tell my other friends, I'm like, just focus on something that you do like about yourself, for example. It doesn't even have to be, like, on you physically. It could be, like, I like the shoes that I wear and I pick. I think I have great style in shoes. Kind of focus on that and kind of build yourself up from there. Be like, you know what, like, I got the best shoes in this whole room. Which I don't. Dawn does. Pretty sick shoes. But gotta build up, like, a focus on something small first. And after a while, I'll be like, hey, like, I like how I am so nice to everyone I meet and I don't judge anyone based off of things that I've heard. And you start slowly building yourself up from there. And then there's a difference between being cocky and confident. Confident is that you know that you can be the best and you also acknowledge that other people can help you. Being cocky is like, I already am the best. No one can help me. I'm the most amazingest on the whole universe. Don't even talk to me, period. So definitely there's like a fine line between them, but you just got to be careful.
Well, let me ask, confidence, is it established and built inward out, or is confidence built on outward in? In other words, what people say to you is how you gain or lose your strength, or do you gain the strength from inside of you?
I think it's a lot easier when other people are helping you out. For example, if your parents are people who help you build up confidence because you're around them most of your life, if you have two parents or one, and they help you build confidence, and when you learn from that, you're like, hey, like, I could be a confident person. When people don't help you out, I think it makes things a lot harder. Say, like, you grew up in foster homes and, like, your parents, like, the parents that you're with are like, whatever, like you do you, and you grow up in this weird like mush of like, who am I? I think it's like an identity kind of, where if you grow from the inside out, it's a lot harder, and I do believe it takes a lot more time and stress, but I do think it's like you can definitely do it. It just takes a lot more willpower.
Have you always been confident?
Yes, but like there's a difference between like confident like emotionally and confident physically. It's like I've always been confident like in my personality, because like I know like who I am and I know what I can do, but being confident in my body is a completely different thing. I understand like body positivity, you should always love your body. However, it's hard when you grow up in certain families or certain standards where people are like, well, you shouldn't be looking like that. Like, you see that girl over there, like, she looks way better. Being like, you have too much fat there, like, your eyebrows are too big or whatever. It really depends where you're growing up as well. I've always been a confident person, like, in my personality, but not in my body necessarily.
I see you as very confident.
Thank you.
Don't you?
Have you guys always been confident?
I don't understand.
Have you always been confident?
Me?
Yeah.
I had to be.
And not me.
I was the ugly duckling when I was in high school. I've never been Mr. Macho Attractiveness. And the bottom line is I've learned a long time to say, if I ain't happy with me, then who gives you the right to say I ain't? My eyebrows, you don't like them, don't look. I mean, I don't understand this whole...
Now we're all looking at your eyebrows.
You know what I mean. I don't
got no
understand
eyebrows.
giving away who you are because somebody says you should look like somebody else. You're not here to be somebody else. You're here to be yourself. So why compare me to somebody
It's the
else?
whole social media thing that we were talking about this morning.
It's the thing that they were talking about women in taking magazine photos, and they had to be thin as a rail, right? So some smart dude decided that overweight women had to fit in commercials as well. They make bras and things like that for women that have more weight on them than being a rail. And being a rail is a selling gimmick.
It's
not
basically
who
it's
you are.
couture, and when if you're selling couture clothes, you have to be a size 0 because you have to be like a coat hanger. The whole point is that your body should be so flat that the clothes are the only thing that's being highlighted, and you have to have a strong like cheekbone and a strong like jaw so you can also accentuate the clothes as well. It's the body. I do not like when people are like, oh, look at those stupid models like size 0. And I'm like, first of all, it is so hard to achieve that. Secondly, they're doing it because it's their job. You need to be a size 0 if you really want to be a couture model. There are other models where you can be bigger, be plus size, even not. Like, I know some other models who are more like filled out in certain parts of their body. But if you're going couture and couture is never going to change, you will always have to be a size 0 because you are the coat rack. It's also, that's what size the clothes is. You have to fit into the clothes. They're not like, oh, I'm going to make it into your body. You have to morph your body into the clothes.
Well, Dove came out with a great commercial series for regular people, regular women,
Regular people.
you and
But
me,
regular people aren't
looking regular.
zeros.
That's why
That's
Dove
true.
came out with a great commercial line. They even came out with skincare if you've got freckles, different undergarments, sports bras and underwear fits, because nobody,
But
unless
where do
you're
you
that,
make more money? A regular sized person or a 0?
what do you reach the masses and you make people feel empowered by their bodies, like, you know what, no body shaming, we're all different shapes and sizes, and embrace who you are. They've got this great Dove under deodorant commercial, and everyone's all different shapes, all different sizes, laughing and having fun, because you know what, the real world is we're all different shapes and sizes.
But that's
Dove is
the
the
real world.
only thing that works for me. My face and my skin is so beyond sensitive that Dove is the only thing I trust. Go Dove.
You should reach out to Dove and see if they will maybe sponsor your show.
I would hope so. I mean, like, I went through, like, so many soaps, went through so many deodorants, because my underarms would turn red and they would boil. Like, it literally felt, like, itchy and horrible, and my face would burn, and, like, to the point where I would, like, go to sleep. I'd be so freaking upset, because I'd be like, I can put nothing on my face. I can't do anything until I finally use Dove, and it's so sweet, and it's so soft, and I love it.
Well, there's your testimonial for Dove.
Go
for
Dove.
for regular women.
I've seen also.
Everyone do the Dove.
I knew a lady who was a hand and foot
Dove.
model. That's what they wanted, was her hands and her feet, and she made a lot of money doing
Oh
it.
my gosh. Lloyd's of London will insure your hands for multi-million dollars.
The lady from Entertaining Tonight, they insured her legs for $2 million a pop.
Taylor Swift's are $8 million. I love Taylor Swift.
Can you imagine? And we're just trying to insure some camera equipment.
I'm trying just to walk straight.
Well, I gave up on that a long time ago. See that hole? I found that hole. There's a bruise on my knee. There's something here. I don't know. I can tell you all different kinds of stuff.
Well, I think that the complications of having insecurities, especially with what's going on around us right now, is going to create Mount St. Helen. And bullying in school and bullying
In
at work
business.
and business and everything else.
You know how much bullying in business I've seen lately?
A lot.
And I'm pretty positive.
I've even seen it.
But it's yeah, but you always see it. I always will say, no, they didn't mean it that way. Freddie, look at it the other way. And now I'm starting to look at it your way. And that's
a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
But the bottom line here is that if you're trying to make a deal, don't bust up a person about it. Just don't do that, you know? And that's bullying isn't, in my watch, what I do isn't allowed. And if you want to bully, you're going to be out the door. I don't need it anymore. I don't fight that fight anymore. And I don't compare people to other people. I've always told the producers in here, they have to do a show and a podcast in here. And do your own, be your own. Now you can ask other people to join and participate in the deal because you're right, being single speaker, hardest thing in the business. That's the hardest thing in the business.
I've actually asked Haley, she's just a year younger than you, to do on her show to incorporate teenage mental health component to it, especially girls. I only know the girls. I'm sure for the guys also.
Guys are worse.
Going to college, what it's like right now to be a teenager and deal with all of these things. So maybe you and she can put segments together as well as your shows, incorporate all of that. Because you guys are a younger demographic that we've never had in this studio before.
Except for that meeting you had this morning.
They're
got
even
even younger.
They're even younger. But this is what it is. I think that more and more we need to empower at younger and younger age. We talk about that all the time.
Well, you want to reach people at a younger age because by the time they go through college, you know, college changes you. Sometimes for the better and sometimes for the worse.
You're in what year?
I'm going to be a sophomore. I don't know anyone at college.
You know anyone in
I
college?
haven't met a single person.
Really?
You've been remote?
Because of COVID.
Oh.
All my classes were online, so I haven't met one person.
Well, look how many people you've got to meet here.
Oh, yeah. Too many people.
Which is good. I mean, you're young in years, but mature in
Experience.
knowledge and spirit.
Very mature. Thank you.
Like Daniel. Daniel is.
But he's 29.
Yeah, but he's had a whole bunch of experience.
Yeah? Life experiences. I gotta tell you, our crew at this young age has had more life experiences probably than they should have at this
It's
age.
funny because RK to me is a guy that I think should write a book. He seems to have a whole dossier of life. And he's a
Really?
young man. Yeah, that's the feel I get.
He's only 21, right?
I think so. I
He's
think.
born in 2000.
Oh, yeah. He's 21. Jesus, 2000.
How old are your socks?
21.
I think I've got shorts older than him.
Wow. There was somebody else in 2000 born in here, no?
Well, my daughter's 29, and I probably have clothes from before her.
Isn't that
Or
scary?
at least Aaron, yeah. Those fun clothes,
RK
yeah.
was born when the Mets and the Yankees played in the World Series, and that will never happen again.
You remember that 2000? Isn't that amazing? Think about what these kids at their young ages have been through.
Ridiculous.
Not like it used to be.
Things are changing, and they're changing again. But confidence is something you have installed in you. You just got to reach out to get it. And life will test you every single day. It's going to test your awareness and your belief in yourself. And you got to pass the test. You know, you got to find it. You got to keep going. You got to push through it and make it work. Because life is going to be very humbling. It's going to tell you the truth. And if you're not ready, this is for business people as well. If you're not ready, it's going to catch you.
I don't know. But nice job on that. Oh, wait, Riley emerges. You okay in there, Riley?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm good. We just finished his pop art one.
How many hours have you been in there? 2.5?
Has it been 2?
I think
might
so.
have been.
Are you finished
I
though?
lost track. I've been tallying. What?
Is it time to like open the doors and air it out and come out?
He wants to do one. He wants to do the skills share too, so we might just go through with that.
Oh, that wasn't the Skillshare?
No, that was just a show. But yeah.
You've done a 2-hour show?
You have a beer. You had no beer when you
Rip
went in.
Van
You came out with a
Winkle.
beer.
That's amazing.
It is.
Normally his shows are 30 minutes and we're
yeah,
like,
the skills share is, but yeah, we're gonna time lapse it. That's why it won't be that long once you like speed.
So you did a 2-hour Skillshare?
That wasn't skills share. That was just like a show and tell pop art thing.
what did he draw?
Billie Eilish.
You
Oh,
want to
we've
show?
got this new one
Billie
actually.
Eilish.
He did Billie Eilish.
This is the new one. This is pink that Jay Harmon just did. So we have a time lapse on this on social media. We posted this on Instagram on Ant Media. You can see this. This is all done in colored pencil, and of course it's pink for pink, and you'll get to see that.
I wanted to do a drawing pour. You know, you drink some wine and you draw this, and he brings me this thing. I said, that's it, I'm done. I can't draw that.
No.
I think it's tremendous.
Look at the eyes. It's amazing. Pinks and blues.
So I'll be
and
going back
different
for
shades.
another 20 to 30 minutes.
Of course you will.
Then I'm free.
And then you're
Goodbye,
free.
my king.
Goodbye. Yes.
Wow, unbelievable. But this, as well as everything else that you see in our studio and behind us on set, is for sale. This is by Jay Harmon, the colored pencil artist. This is his latest until Billie Eilish of Pink,
I know. It's amazing. The eyes are amazing.
right? It's all about the eyes.
They do good stuff. All right, let's take a commercial break.
Let's take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Attention Florida residents. Is constant water damage from the elements putting holes in your pipes and your wallet? We cut the cost when disaster strikes. You deserve to have your house be a home again. At Triumph, we get you paid the most for your insurance claims. Broken pipes, water damage, and mold? Triumph Consulting covers it all. Call our offices now to qualify for a free house inspection at 954-669-4935 or visit www.wegetYouPaid.com.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Proudly distilling out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
TV and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They have been working around the clock, nonstop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses reaching all over South Florida. With added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio, It has never been easier to get your voice heard by millions of listeners. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact AMP2TV at 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joshua Powell, and today in history, on June 2nd, Babe Ruth, the great Bambino, a great MLB baseball player, retired today after 22 seasons and 714 home runs. And only after that, a year later, making it into the Great Hall of Fame. And now back to Dawn and Freddie in the studio.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we are back. It's a little quiet now that the singing realtor is no longer in our
Singing
midst.
realtor. Give him a call, list your house, or he'll find you a place to live. Do you know when you go to a medicine cabinet and you want to open the medicine cabinet, isn't it tradition to open it from left to right?
Ours opens right to left.
Yes. So we no longer have a medicine cabinet.
Pull it off the
I
wall?
pulled it off the wall.
Did you really?
Unbelievable.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Why?
I gotta put, because I thought it was stuck and I ripped it.
You didn't.
So I gotta put 2 new screws in it.
You really did?
What medicine cabinet opens right to left?
Oh my goodness.
You ever heard of a
Did it
medicine
break?
cabinet? No, it just ripped out of the wall. It's just 2 screws that hold it in place.
Where is the medicine cabinet?
It's on the floor. Why?
You leave me speechless.
I blame him.
Slick, he ripped the medicine cabinet out of the wall.
I gotta put it back. A medicine cabinet opens left to right. This
Teddy.
one opens right to left.
Well, why don't you check which way it's swinging?
Thank you.
I tried. I thought it was stuck, and I went like this, and
Why
then
don't you try the other side then?
Hercules, wait, and it ripped. I thought you would get a big kick out of that.
Oh no, I could think of another word, and that would not be it at the moment.
But it's not my fault.
No, I did
First
it by
of all,
itself.
whoever put the medicine cabinet in is too high up.
How can you? Okay. Do you think they did it upside down?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what they
You're
did.
supposed to check the swing of stuff before.
Dan and Slick, you guys might have to go check that situation out.
So you ripped it off the wall, Hulk. He ripped it off the wall.
Riley's been in that room with Jay since 10:30 this morning.
Yeah.
I think they're getting married.
They probably are, but they're doing a
He's been
skill
there for 3
share.
hours.
They're doing a skill share right now.
I know.
I think they're recreating the canvas.
They've been in there for 3 hours.
Yeah, they're doing a skill share.
No, he's just now starting the Skillshare.
Oh, never mind. But yeah, I know a lot of stuff is coming out of here because like I'm giving that show to RK. RK's gonna take control of that show, and then Riley's gonna take care of the Skillshare.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. It's been one of those wonky sideways kind
I
of
don't
things.
even know what the hell you just
I missed
said.
the singing.
Why would? Oh, you missed it. It was a blast.
I know.
Dan did a good job. You didn't turn off
because
the echo?
because I was Master Splinter. You know, I was
You didn't turn
I
off
was
the
the
echo.
sensei. Really? What echo? There's always a reverb.
He found the reverb. They found how to lower it.
Oh, because some people like the reverb when they're singing.
Yeah, they like to hear themselves. Some people do.
But he was interviewing on that mic, so that
Oh.
wasn't good.
Oh yeah. So
So we had to swap
There's
it out.
reverb and then there's bad verb. That was just too much reverb.
I mean, I can start singing if you want me
You
to
really should.
give you a number. Yeah,
Christmas in July is coming.
I know.
Now you see how I asked the singing realtor to come in and off the cuff he just
Yes.
sang. That's what you got to do. I ask you to sing and I don't know. I get and you don't
because
sing.
I have to prep them for the song.
You have
like
to
you just
prep.
can't go straight into the song like I say most songs nowadays. I can't just go into it. I have to prep everybody.
By the time you
before
finish prepping, I'll be in the grave.
You
Because
know?
I don't know when you're ready.
I have to set the mood, kind of like the mood
Set the
lighting.
mood.
Put the candles up, like you have to set the mood.
Are you making this dinner too, or just the candles?
Not dinner, just set no.
Dan,
Hard pass.
How do you survive with this guy?
Me?
No, not you.
He has slick-itis, by the way.
That's a new
slick-itis?
I don't know if it's a disease or a virus,
Dan,
but
is
I
your
got
mic
it.
on? Oh, hard no. Yes.
You've been hanging around with me too much.
They both
you've been
core
hanging.
band. They share a brain.
You've been hanging around with me too much. Yeah.
They share a brain.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets better and better.
So I'll make sure for the camera the batteries are charged tonight. Cause right now they're on like 2%.
Now you do know that tomorrow's Thursday.
I know. I have Dan coming along as well.
Oh,
If
Dan's
you guys
good.
want
Okay,
another
good.
hand.
At least that's a camera
Yeah.
that works.
So I'll be playing point, and then we have what?
And you got Haley coming also.
Hold on. What did you say? Don't let
What
that. That was more. What did you say? We have another hand on camera too, so we'll get it done lickety split. Lickety split.
I don't need you to do it lickety split. I need you to do it right. You can take your time.
It's
do it
gonna be
right.
done right, correct, in the Amp Media way. It'll be done. Good.
You know, he lent me his camera
Mm-hmm.
to go take some pictures of Barbara Silver, the artist down the street. And when I got there, I opened
It's
up.
contagious.
Yes, I opened up the
Dan.
camera and I hit the button to take a picture. Right? It says error, camera battery. So I said. So I showed it to Cracker Barrel. I says, okay, what do you do? She says, I've never seen that before.
Broke my camera.
So I tried calling him. He doesn't pick up the phone.
Never.
So I took the battery out. And I counted to 10 and I put it back in and it started working.
Thank you.
And the funny thing about this is that he says he's never seen his camera do that before.
So you broke my camera. So everybody
didn't break
got it.
anything. I
You
hit
heard
the
the
button.
story.
You
He
told me
broke
it
my
didn't work.
camera. He broke my camera. He's fidgeting with my camera.
I don't fidget. I got nervous because I thought he gave me a bozo camera broken and then he
should've.
was going to blame me for it.
I should have.
He's a blaming game. He
Out of
says, you
cake.
broke my camera. I knew. I got set up. Anyway, these guys are going to be tomorrow. You want to read the RSVP?
Tomorrow they're going to be at Katrina Gallery. Tomorrow's not the open though. Saturday is.
Saturday's
Is an open studio, but tomorrow they're going to be doing some B-roll and putting a commercial together on
Yeah.
Saturday, June
Katrina.
5th at 6 o'clock. You can text Katrina 561-599-0809 if you're interested. She is exhibiting 12 artists, and she was on Amy's show last week, so you can check out the art of Amy Rashevsky last week's show to hear more about the event.
Exactly. Amy, you got a show today? Well, who are you talking to?
We just can't help it.
Is your mic on?
Yeah.
Who do you have on?
Jill Sneidman, and she's a landscape photographer.
What is a landscape photographer?
She takes landscape pictures of the landscapes. You know,
outside.
Not like a portrait of you. She's doing landscapes.
Is that a thing?
Nature.
It's a beautiful thing, and
So
they
is
sell.
this like when I see people go into the forest and they see a butterfly, or they look for a mockingbird thing?
Or if you see this crazy house up on a mountain, and there's stairs going down into a gully of water, and that's how they go up and down to go swimming, and it's very strange, but it's a really gorgeous picture. So today she's bringing that photograph in, and Andreas from
OMG?
From OMG is coming in, and he's creating something to look like that. So we hope that happens.
Stairs going into a waterfall.
Yeah.
How the hell do you do something like that with flowers?
We're
Okay.
going to bring in Tony first.
How do you do that?
Well, it's
We're
just
gonna find out.
well, it's just you'll see the painting, and I don't know what he's going to do with the flowers, but he always surprises us.
Is she coming in person?
Uh-huh.
All right, so we're going to
This
find
should
that
be
out.
outstanding. I'm still looking for a giant waterfall glass figurine for the corner over there. So if you know anybody, let me know.
Maybe her picture will suffice as intention as our water element.
No, I need a real water element. I need water coming. You're gonna put Tracy up on the wall?
You can order one of those.
You can order that?
Yeah, sure.
I just made it up.
I know, but you can have one made.
A fountain, sure.
Yeah, you know, they're
A
told
waterfall.
that they put them on the side of pools. They put them everywhere. You just stick it in the corner, and just the water rotates, goes round and round.
Really? That's a thing?
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Recycled water.
It's a ding.
It's a thing. All right.
Unbelievable.
We got Tony McKenzie joining us from our Manchester studios. So let's bring over Miss McKenzie, see what's going on in London, Manchester.
And there she be.
There I am.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you guys?
Everyone is doing great. It's a little warm here, summertime in Florida. So it's getting a little hot,
Yeah.
but it's good.
Yeah. Good. It's quite hot here, actually. I think it was 24 degrees here today, which is very unusual.
24
Yeah.
Celsius?
That's centigrade, of course. Yeah.
So that'll be in the 60s.
High 70s, I think. Oh, yeah, I've got a little
add to it
app
to
on my
make it
phone.
Fahrenheit.
A lot.
I think so,
2.5.
Yeah, I think so. No, yeah?
Yeah. It's like in the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're ready to go to the beach?
Well, I would be. Yes, there was a beach close by.
I saw in London they have a new pool suspended between two hotels.
Oh, right.
And it's acrylic. So it's a suspended acrylic pool between two hotels that is now open in London. Can you imagine? There's nothing beneath you. It's like a
Wow.
suspension bridge, but it's a pool
And where is this?
in London.
You know of this place?
I've not heard of it, no.
Can you imagine? Would you go swimming with nothing underneath you?
Yes.
You would. It's kind of cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got to be safe.
Suspended swimming pool bridge.
So it seems to be a beautiful day in London today.
Mm. Yeah, I think it's usually even hotter in London than it is in the north of England. The northwest is where I am. But it's hot enough here.
It's hot here too. And they said today in history was Queen Elizabeth's coronation. 62 years ago, I think.
They coordinated her.
68 years ago was her coronation.
53. Right.
1953? Is that unbelievable?
Yeah, because it's amazing, isn't it?
68 years ago. That's like, wow, totally unbelievable.
I would like to call Buckingham Palace and go check out the Queen.
Don't you want to just
Yes,
meet her?
why not?
Yes, I do.
'Cause
I
she's
give her
so,
a high five, a low
relatable. I
five.
just feel like you just want to meet them.
Do you think she's relatable?
Yeah.
I think she get a low to me. She says, "Okay, get this Puerto Rican out of here."
That was funny. There was a segment, you know, everyone does everything viral here. It's a little girl that she was dressed as a princess in her little castle in her backyard. And her dad says to her, honey, you need to clean up. You need to clean up. And she wouldn't clean up and she wouldn't clean up. And he says, you really have to clean up. And she says, Daddy, but I'm a princess. And real princesses don't clean. So no, I'm not going to clean my castle. She's right though.
Really?
Yes. You think
Daddy,
princesses clean?
trade her in for another kid.
So apparently it came to a mutual understanding of how they'd have to reorganize and work together as a team. Even as you're a princess, you still have to work together and clean a little bit.
I think that in England, the structure is more proper than in the United States. In the United States, we call it more of ghetto-itis. I was just talking to Steve-O, and he called me ghetto-itis. And truthfully, I'm not a lot of ghetto-itis, but there's some in me. But in England, I guess everything is very proper, no?
Well, not everywhere. In certain circles, it's very proper, but there's a lot of ordinariness here as well.
Yes.
It means I can live in England.
They speak proper British.
Can you imagine a Puerto Rican from the Bronx in London?
Yes, why not?
Because I'd be talking my slang.
Like she's like, yes, why not?
That's okay.
You'll be saying why not, and I'll be saying, what are you talking about?
How was your week away with your daughter?
It was great. I mean, I didn't go away physically, but we went out and did lots of lovely things together. So it was kind of half holiday. I did some work in between our socializing, but it was great, and especially when the weather was good. We were able to have our first barbecue and my chimney in the garden, the little wood burner, was lit for the first time, and we went out for lunch at a beautiful hotel in Manchester. We went to a beautiful local park, and yeah, in the National Trust land, Dillon Park, which is beautiful. So it was lovely, thank you, Dawn.
That is, I saw some of the pictures and I'm like, that's so
Yeah.
beautiful and so proper.
You would do real well in England.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because you would be like Mary Poppins
I'd be so cool to be Mary Poppins in my magic bag.
in the bicycle.
Got to bring some more magic out.
Yeah,
Gotta
and
do
your
a little bit
umbrella.
more. My magic umbrella. Tell us about your guests you've got coming on to join us today.
Right, this evening or this afternoon, where you are, the lovely Donna Ashworth is joining us. And Donna is the woman behind Ladies Pass It On social media page on Instagram and Facebook. And she has been phenomenally successful. She's got her third book came out yesterday. Her first book was about, she wrote it during the pandemic when it first started and was hugely successful. And the middle book, For the Women, is an international bestseller. It's #1 in several countries.
Words to live by. All right, well, let's bring Donna over. Donna Ashworth. See what she's
Here
got
she
to
is.
say. Hi, Donna. How are you doing?
Hi, Donna.
Hello. Hi, Tony. Hi, guys. I'm doing very well. How are you?
We're doing great. Wow, best-selling author for women. Words to live by.
It's funny because we have gotten calls from people, women. Blake sending one next Wednesday, Thursday?
Next Friday.
Next Friday, who has a similar story about what she went through and she empowered and everything else. And it looks like that's getting a new wave, the empowerment of women.
I think so. Yeah, definitely.
Tell us about your books. Your most recent book, Tony says, was yesterday.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It went straight to #1 in Canada and Australia and the UK, so not America yet.
That's amazing, though.
It's a bit too ambitious, America's. I would love to get to #1 there. But they're poetry books, so I write short pieces for women, basically, inspiring, sort of relatable, comforting. I call it words to live by. So very easy to read, very easy to digest, and they just seem to resonate so well. Thank goodness.
Inspirational words to live by. So what are some of your inspirational words to live by? Are they poems?
They're poems. I mean, it's strange because they're not poetry as in the way we might have learned at school. They're really just short pieces, and they're quite easy reading. They're not trying too hard. But I think that might well be the beauty of them, that they're really easy to just pick up and digest. And a few of them have actually gone viral, which is where the confidence came to publish books last summer. So they're all here. They're just little books of words to live by.
Which is the first one you wrote?
So I wrote the first one after my poem went viral in the pandemic. History Will Remember When the World Stopped. It actually went viral in America too, and it was made into quite a lot of videos over there by doctors and so on. So because the poem went viral, I put all my poems from the pandemic into a book, and that came out. I rushed it out in summer last year because I thought the pandemic was coming to an end. And I thought I had to get it out now. And of course, here we are, still here. And then I published my second one, which was all my favourite poems I've ever written. And that's the one that's really gone far.
And this has all been within the past year?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you write before?
I've been writing for about 4 years on social
Okay.
media. And so some of these poems are 4 years old. But I write every day, and I self-publish, so I'm able to publish them really quickly. Otherwise, I would have to wait a year in between each release. So it's just been brilliant. It's been so good. I'm so glad that
A
I did
huge,
it. I had
sorry, Johnny. You've got a huge
all
following,
right.
haven't you? Lots of celebrities sharing as well. You know, lots of people are sharing, and that the ladies pass it on. That's what ladies are doing, aren't they? They're really finding that they resonate with your words and want to share it with their friends and family. And they're
Yeah,
all
definitely.
so beautiful. Is there one perhaps maybe you could just read out because they're not terribly long, are they? Maybe read a piece out.
Absolutely. Shall I? I'm just going to let the book decide, which is my favourite way to tell everybody to read it. Open it up at any page. So there is a poem on every page. It's very easy. This one is called Whatever Makes You Glad to Be Alive. Whatever makes you glad to be alive, do that whenever you can. Whatever gives your soul that lift and elevates you to a level of harmony, peace, and contentment, chase it and grab it tight. Stop seeing your life as a chore to be dealt with every day and start searching for gaps to put in blissful moments of joy. Nobody said life had to be this hard. Nobody made you sign up for a daily grind so punishing you couldn't find the energy to do what makes you happy. This life is short, my friend, and each of us don't know how long we have. So let's not waste another moment of another day feeling like a prop in our own show. We are the stars. We are the show. Get out there and love your life. And if you can't, make it more lovable. Change things around. It's your life. Do whatever you need to do to get any kind of good feeling every day. And start now, right this minute. The future is promised to no one. What are you waiting for?
I like that.
Wonderful.
She lets the book choose, which means that is a message for somebody somewhere.
I knew somebody who used to open up a book similar to hers every day, a new passage, and they used to live the day based on those words. And it's funny because when you do this, if you do it long enough, you're going to see it parallels your life to it's like the good book, you know. Now, I got to ask, you've written how many books?
3.
3. And all of them about passages?
There's a poem a page on each.
Which is the one passage that you know that transformed your life out of all these books?
Ooh, question. That is a question. And I think it's time, which is about women coming to a certain point in their life and Mother Nature tapping you on the shoulder and saying, it's time for you. And I think it was probably that one.
And there you have it. There's a
Good
white
question.
stone in the house. Says it's time, right? Interesting.
Absolutely true.
Mm-hmm.
I think that happens. I don't know if it happens for guys, but it's certainly for me and a lot of the women that we work with and this whole empowerment programming that we do. Most of it is, you know what, it's time for you. You've raised your kids, you've done your family, whatever your family unit looks like, and at some point, and Tony's smiling, because probably a lot of your clients are at that point, and it's how do you embrace that time for you? And Mother Nature says it's your time, and you know it is, but now it shifts everything else that you've ever done in life to refocus back on you.
And Tony and I were talking about this yesterday, weren't we, Tony? And we were saying women all over the world can meet one another and instantly connect over something really, really deep, a sort of spiritual shift. They're at the same time of their life. And men tend to connect over more practical, real things, if you like. But women can bond so quickly over something that men often, they're not sure what happened. They're not sure what it was that bonded them, but it just happened. It's silent, it's unseen. And I think it's that. I think it's the shift in the timeline of our lives.
That's true. It's worldwide. Like, you could sit and talk baseball to any guy or football.
Yeah.
But you don't talk about the spiritual shift like we will. Right?
Yeah, we will.
I could have this whole conversation with these ladies anywhere and all sort of be on somewhat of the same page. I don't know when it happened or where it happened, but it happened.
Well, the difference is that guys don't do that. Guys don't sit back. They could talk sports because everybody thinks he's the next Joe DiMaggio. and you live in
Yeah.
this fantasy world that I can play sports, and if I can't play it, let me sound like I know what I'm talking about. But you know something? There is something happening among men. Women are empowering, men are depowering, meaning that they're giving up their belief that their way is the only way. And I'm beginning to see this with guys now, because they're beginning to say, you know something? Maybe she got a point. Maybe her way is the right way. And what's happening here is that, you see all this woman empowerment stuff, watch what's going to happen with the guys. They're going to start saying, that's a better way. It's a change that's coming.
I think you're right. I totally agree. And I get a lot of men coming onto my page and saying, why is this only for women? Because, you know, I want to share this and I feel the same. And of course, it's not only for women, but it's just that I am a woman and therefore I'm able to relate better. But I think you're right. I think you're right. It's fascinating.
And I think that guys have to learn how to appreciate as opposed to making it sound like they are mocking you. You know, oh yeah, I agree with you. Go back and do what you do. I agree. You don't want to do it that way. You actually have to be sincere. I think that's what's happening with guys now.
I don't think we make it easy for guys because we have this knocking of that we want to change and these voices that say, now it's your time. And everything changes. And now you have to share with your partner, if it happens to be a guy, these are the changes. Or you don't, you just change and you leave them hanging here. And now you're doing your thing and what happened?
The guy's got to change.
Either you got to change or you have to explain it or you have to bring it all forward and together, but it's a change.
Guys aren't dumb, okay? Guys are not dumb. Guys carry the game here. They got to change. And if you don't change, you're going to get sucked up by the wave because it's going to happen. It's been happening. It's going to get bigger. And if you don't pay attention, again, you're going to get left behind because I'm going to make a prediction. There will be a female president in this country in the next, what do we got? Next 8 years. Maybe the next one.
Amy, can you relate to this? She's silently shaking her head, yes.
Because all of a sudden, it's not about what's below the waist. It's about what's above it. And what's happening here is the person that does the best job is the one that should have
And
it.
it's I guess it's okay now as women to go out and get what you want in life. It's acceptable. Or maybe I'm just at that age where people my age are saying it's okay to do what you want to do in life.
And maybe you don't want to do much in life, and that's okay too. It's okay to be peaceful. It's okay to say, I like living small. It's okay to say, I want to go and travel the world now, and I want to find the career I never had 20 years ago. It's whatever anybody wants to do, they can now decide to do it and not feel that guilt that that you're being selfish, that you're not doing the things that a woman should do. It's definitely a thing to have.
I think letting go of the word should has been a really big thing for me. You play should.
Absolutely.
You have a choice. I don't like shoulds at all.
Yeah.
I used to play. I used to play the guilt card. I used to say, "Oh, you know, you're 100% right. I wish I was like you. I wish, and whatever." And the person would feel guilty. The female would feel guilty. It was the biggest scam in the world. The biggest. I know. Listen, I'm a guy, and I've learned. My sister smacked me with her right hand, and she said to me, "I don't ever want to see you do that." This is back in the day. Because guys wanted digits. This is why I talk to Slick all the time about digits and dating girls. And in the day, I used to think that dating was like wearing a sweater. There's another one tomorrow. You know? And I learned my lesson. I tell you, he who does not learn of history is bound to repeat it. That is so true.
But I like what Tony says is letting go of the word should.
Yep.
It's like last week I was babysitting my daughter's dog for 3 days. So for 3 days I didn't sleep. And she says to me, well, I kind of need help with the dog this week. I should, as her mother, say, oh, wait, let me be a martyr and take the dog again. But I didn't.
Yeah.
But that should have. You should try it
That's
again,
guilt.
Dawn, and
That's
you
guilt.
should do this.
That's guilt.
But I didn't. But then there was
That's
the
the
guilt
guilt.
of, why didn't I? Because I should, as the mom, go in and swoop in and make everything better.
That guilt to get you every time.
Tony, thank you for shaking your head no.
Yeah, I totally agree. No, I mean, it just took me back to when you had two birthdays, two members of your family at a birthday meal in your house, and you were doing everything and trying to please this one who didn't like certain foods, and somebody else had different dietary requirements. And you didn't enjoy, you weren't one. You enjoyed it to a degree, but you weren't able to just enjoy it because you felt you should make everyone happy, didn't you? And make everything perfect.
That's exactly
This is
it.
you, Dawn. Yeah.
It's totally true. Like, I have people over for the Jewish holidays, and I spend 2 days not cooking, but cleaning and doing it. And then I finally sit down, and they all go, "Gotta go. Thanks for dinner. It was wonderful." And I'm thinking, I did this because I should have done it, but not. Right. I live in a lot of shoulds.
But why do you?
I gotta let go of the shoulds, Tony.
You gotta let go of the guilt. It's nice to call the guilt should because it sort of hides the truth. But the fact of the matter is, it's guilt. And if you live in guilt, you're gonna
And
be
you know what?
dealing.
Women have created that whole network of shoots for ourselves. It's the women that have, over the years, set the standards for other women to live up to. You must have a house that looks like this. You must dress really well. You should always have lovely hair. Your kids should be well behaved. You should have a job but not work too much. And it's actually something that we created and we upheld. And what I'm seeing now is women starting to bash it all down and start to come out and say, do you know what? It's impossible. No one can do it all. You can't have a clean house, perfectly behaved kids, and work, and and do everything. And every day something has got to give. And I'm seeing a real revolution of realness, where people are starting to show up as they are, and it does everybody else a favour because they're inspired to do the same.
Realness.
Realness.
My mother used to clean the house for the lady who was coming to clean the house before she got there. And I know in this room, every woman in here does that.
I can, actually. But it's okay then. It's okay to change what we want. It's okay to change the scope of where things, like Leave It to Beaver. There was this where your house should be as the wife and the mom. And as far as we've come, the media hasn't changed the perspective of what it is.
Or has it, and the perspective has changed?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think you're right. It's not changed, and there's so many perspectives that need to shift about women getting older as well. Because we still use the compliment, oh, she's not changed. And the reality is that women change so many times throughout their life physically, not just when they have kids and so on, but then the menopause, the big change. And we change all the time. And we shouldn't be so flattered by the compliment, you haven't changed, because we should be allowed to evolve and get older and older, and still people tell us we look good and we look great, and but you don't have to try and look younger. So I think perspectives, they are shifting slowly, but this is another one.
Interesting.
Tony, what do you think?
Yeah, totally agree. We do, there's that sort of chasing youth, isn't it? I mean, I always like to look my best, but and don't like new wrinkles, but they're real and they've been earned through having emotions and smiling and crying and whatever. So, just being, it's okay to get older and look different,
It's interesting.
not be the same.
Yeah.
And then you go out with your girlfriends and you've all changed, but yet nobody wants to admit they've changed until the first person says, and they go, "You too?" I'm like, yeah, all of us, right?
It's an insult to say, she's changed. And another poem of mine is about letting yourself go. They use that in such a derogatory way. And what they mean is she's got older. She's got a little bit bigger. She's got a little bit older looking. She's focusing on other things, therefore she doesn't look perfectly presented all the time. She's let herself go. And what's really happened is the opposite. You've let yourself in, you've let yourself rest, you've let yourself be, but you didn't let yourself go. It's the opposite.
There's more loving. There's more to love. What difference does it make what size it is? It's what's inside the blood. It's what's inside. You can have the most beautiful woman in the world, and she's the devil itself. What are you going to do with that?
True that. I don't know if I screenshot it or not. Pierce Brosnan and one of the James Bond girls back in the day. There was a picture of them on the beach, and back in
Yes.
James Bond, they were just like picture perfect, gorgeous. Well, I guess they got married, and now many years later, there's a picture of them on the beach. And what has happened? It's the beauty of the physicalness has changed to true love and who they are. Don made me think of what you just said. It's taking a break and resting and just loving each other. It's not just about working out and dieting and fitness. And you can see their bodies have grown and aged and matured, not like the beach, but yet they were still together.
And something you said about, getting to the end of the party and sitting down and it's over is a metaphor for life, because you don't want to finally sit down at the end of it all and go, right, I'm ready to enjoy it. And, it's over. So it's about recognising in my age group, which is, mid to late 40s, that this is a nice time coming up. It's the golden years. And preparing yourself for the fact that you're going to age, but trying to enjoy it and trying to see it for what it is, which is, a privilege, really a privilege.
Wow. Donna, how do people find your books and your page? As always, Tony, a spectacular guest. How do we find you and follow you?
Mostly on Facebook, it's Ladies Pass It On, and the books are on Amazon, but it's all on Ladies Pass It On.
Wow, amazing.
I want to congratulate Tony for doing a beautiful job on the editor's desk, authors and more.
Yesterday.
With Karen yesterday.
We could have kept that show going for hours.
I know. We'd only just begun when it ended.
It was incredible. And Tony, how do people find your book and you for great advice?
Yeah, I've got Tony's book.
She just happens to have it right there.
Donna's just got my book. So my book, Your Flight to Happiness, and it's available Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk, and Barnes & Noble in the States. And actually, if you search for it in America, it seems to come up much more quickly if you put my name, Tony McKenzie, TONIMACKENZIE. Sometimes it type the book hunting to see this show from Springfield. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. What a great conversation.
Yes, good reading for the beach. The weather's getting nice. People take a book out to the beach. It's not your gubba weekend. Started early.
Started on Wednesday.
Well, there's nothing better than being on the beach and reading something that has meaning behind it. There's a lot of stuff out there.
Absolutely.
You put the book down.
Especially if it makes you feel good about your own body.
Awesome.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
you so much. You guys, that was awesome. Donna, thank you. Tony, thank you so much for joining us. Our ladies of London, our ladies of Manchester.
Pleasure. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Nice stuff.
Nice conversation.
It's nice to see that you get a different perspective on the subject matter. Women empowerment is one subject matter, but here you have others that help you get along. And I'm going to tell you, I was going to say, those passage works for men as well as for women.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much, which I kind of did when that happens.
You guys are all people, right? What I love about these ladies is that they're grounded, they're down to earth, and it's the reality of what it is. And it shouldn't be any guilt. It's if things change and your times change, it's okay to embrace it, not to feel guilty about change.
I kind of like what's going on because some of our producers now are younger.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between them and our producers that have been in-house, them and the older producers in-house, and then us. And you talk about change. You talk about the different aspects, the different point of views. And we got kids in here born in 2000.
And younger, yeah.
And younger.
Haley must be born in 2002.
And the bottom line here is that they have a different perspective on things that are going on right now, which is really good because it helps you grow into what's going on around us. So
it's pretty amazing. They work together now. You see, they are all teaching each other.
Yes.
Poor Riley still hasn't left that room with Jay. It's 2 o'clock.
He's still in there?
They got there at 10:30.
Wow. Okay.
3.5 hours? Maybe we have to go give them a potty break.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You have to get them out of there.
Have a great afternoon, everyone. Tune in today at 2:30 for Let's Talk Art with Amy Rashevsky. She's got OMG Flower Boutique joining us and a landscape photographer. So check that out on Let's Talk Art with Amy. Have a great afternoon. See you tomorrow.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save her. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that glaze across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart and